What will we learn? The definition of absolute value. How to solve absolute value equations.
Hello again, math friends, and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to look at solving absolute value equations. First of all, we need to remember what absolute value means. If we're looking at the absolute value of 4, absolute value means the distance from 0 on a number line. So if we're at 0, 4 is 4 units away from 0 on the number line. But there's another point that's also 4 units away from 0, and that's the point -4. It is also 4 units from 0 on the number line. So we can say that the absolute value of 4 is 4, but also the absolute value of -4 is 4. Both -4 and +4 are 4 units from 0 on the number line. This will help us when we solve equations that involve absolute value. So let's take a look first at this simple equation. Absolute value of x equals 2. We know that the absolute value of 2 is equal to 2. But x could also be -2. Because if we put a -2 in for x, we get +2 as the answer. So the absolute value of -2 is also 2. So x is actually equal to 2, or x is equal to -2. So when we have an absolute value equation, this equation is going to break up into 2 parts. First, we can say that x minus 1 is equal to 4, but that stuff inside of the absolute value sign can also be -4. Now, we're not saying the absolute value is -4. We're saying the stuff inside could be -4, which would give us a +4 when we take the absolute value. So one or the other are possible solutions. So we solve each equation. We need to add 1, so we get x equals, those add out, we get 5. Over here we need to add 1. The ones add out. X is -4 plus 1 is -3. We can check these by putting them in. The absolute value of 5 minus 1. The absolute value of 5 minus 1 is the absolute value of 4. The absolute value of 4 is 4. Both sides are equal. That means that that solution works. Absolute value of -3 minus 1 equals 4. Absolute value of -3 minus 1 is -4. And the absolute value of -4 is +4. That solution works. Let's take a look at this one. We're going to take x plus 2 and set it equal to 5. Or the stuff on the inside is equal to -5. X plus 2 equals -5. Because when we take the absolute value of the inside here, if that's a negative, we're going to get a +5 when we take the absolute value. So over here we need to subtract 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Here we need to subtract 2. X equals -7. 3 plus 2 is 5. The absolute value of 5 is 5. -7 plus 2 is -5. The absolute value of -5 is +5. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We have 2x plus 1 equals 11, or 2x plus 1 equals -11. So over here we get 2x plus 1. We need to subtract 1. We get 2x equals 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals 5. On this side, 2x plus 1 subtract 1. These add out. 2x equals negative 12. Divide by 2. X is negative 6. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. Absolute value of 11 is 11. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 1 is negative 11. And the absolute value of negative 11 is positive 11. This one we have 4x minus 3 equals 5, or 4x minus 3 equals negative 5. So here we're going to add 3. We get 4x equals 8. Divide by 4. X equals 2. Okay, over here, add 3. We get 4x equals negative 2. Divide by 4. X equals, that reduces to negative 1/2. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Negative 1/2 times 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 3 would be negative 5. Absolute value of negative 5, positive 5. Okay, here's another one. 6x minus 1 equals 17. Or 6x minus 1 equals negative 17. So we need to add 1 to both sides. 6x equals 18 divided by 6. X equals 3. Add 1. 6x equals negative 16. Divide by 6. This will reduce. 2 goes into 8 to 16 8 times. 2 goes into there 3. So we get negative 8/3. Okay, now we have one with fractions, and let's not let fractions scare us. 1/2 x plus 2 equals 4, or 1/2 x plus 2 equals negative 4. So here we could get rid of the fractions first, or we can do take care of that 2 over here. If I'm going to do it that way, then I need to subtract 2. 1/2 x equals 4 minus 2 is 2. Multiply this side by 2 and this side by 2. 2's divide out. We get x equals 4. On this side, 1/2 x plus 2 minus 2, negative 4 minus 2. 1/2 x equals negative 6. Multiply this side by 2, this side by 2, and we get x equals negative 12. And again, we can plug those in and see if our answers are correct. And finally, another one that's got a lot of fractions in it. 2/3 x minus 1/4 equals 1/2, or 2/3 x minus 1/4 equals negative 1/2. In this case, I want to get rid of all of my fractions first. I can do that by multiplying by the common denominator. I have 3, 4, and 2, so my common denominator is 12. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12. 2/3 x times 12, 3 goes into 12, 4. 4 times 2 is 8x. Minus 1/4 times 12, 4 goes into 12, 3. 3 times 1 is 3. On this side, 2 goes into 12 6 times. Now our fractions are gone, so I can take and add 3. 8x equals 9. Divide by 8. X equals 9/8. Or if you need to change that, 1 and 1/8. On this side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply by the common denominator, which is 12. Here we get 8x again. 3 goes into 12. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 3. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times -1 is -3. And then here 2 goes into 12 6 times. Times -1 is -6. Add 3. Add 3. 8x equals -3. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. X is -3/8. Alright, hope that was helpful. Watch all of our videos on our YouTube channel at Mathman 1962. Please make sure you subscribe. And then also we have free interactive math activities, drill and practice, and all sorts of activities on our website, edtech.dnjdesigns.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
If you liked this video, please click on the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please click on the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, please click the bell.